Hello and welcome back to the Football in Question. We did our predictions for the quarterfinals last time, and now we're doing our semi-final predictions. There's only two games this time, so we'll probably be nice and quick here. I think we will start with England versus Denmark. Isaac, do you want to start? What is your prediction for the game?
I'm not gonna go into a long, speech here, but I'm confident. I'm very confident we're going to win this. I feel bad if we knock them out because obviously the story behind Denmark. I said this in the last episode. That's why I wanted us to play Czech Republic because it's just easier, just knocking them out. They've had a really good journey, and it would be an amazing story if they won it. But of course, I want England to win this tournament, so I want to beat them. It'd be sad if we absolutely thrashed them. I think they're going to be a tough game. They've clearly got a very good side. The way they absolutely thrashed the Welsh after having quite a good group stage. It's really impressive. They only got one. Of course, they have lost games in this tournament already. That's the thing. Ukraine had lost in this tournament already. They've lost in this tournament already. So I think it's only right to be confident that we'll win, considering we've only not won once, and that was a draw, and we are yet to concede. So, logic says England win this. I wouldn't. It'll be tight, but I don't think the scoreline will suggest that. I'm going to say. Oh, I don't want to go into it. I'm going to go 2-0 again. I'm going to say 2. Thing is, naturally I always go 3-1, 2-1, but I don't think we'll concede again. I'm going to go 2-0, and my head nearly went 3. I'm going to go 2-0. 2-0.
Ashley.
I think you're right in pointing out that, Denmark, they're very different from Ukraine. We're obviously not going to walk over Denmark like we did Ukraine. I think the major factor in that is that, Ukraine's attack isn't bad. They've got some decent playmakers, Yarmolenko, Malinovsky, but with Denmark, I think it's very different. Their attack's not bad, and their defence is a lot better than Ukraine's. You've got the likes of, how do you say his name? Kadja, AC Milan. I don't actually.
Kjær.
Right, that's the one, Kjær.
What's Care or something? Care? Doesn't matter. I know you're on about.
Schmeichel, decent goalkeeper. They've got a decent kind of holding defence. A lot better than Ukraine's anyway. So it's going to be a lot harder to score goals, but I also don't see them scoring against us at all. I think Martin Braithwaite's had a little bit of a come up in this tournament, and their side would be a lot better with Eriksen in. I think that's without a doubt.
Yeah.
And it's as horrible as it is to say, that's kind of fortunate for us that he's not in that squad. I wish it wasn't because of that reason, but England are better off without him going against us. But yeah, I think 2-0 is quite the safe prediction to kind of go with this Southgate side. I think it's very 2-0. Yeah,
I kind of went for it because I'm scared if I go in too confident,
Yeah, I don't think
I want to respect them a little bit and go, do you know what? 2-0.
I think we should respect them
as well.
And I think 2-0 is quite respectable as well.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go 2-0 as well, England.
I've been thinking about this quite a bit. I don't think we'll change much. I don't think England will change much. But I think Denmark are very, very much up for this tournament, especially because of what happened with Eriksen. And we're not going to struggle, but we're not going to breeze past them either. No. I really want to say we're going to keep another clean sheet because I do think we'll keep another clean sheet. I think in the 90, I think it's going to be 0-0. I think they're going to be really strong, Denmark, hold England down for the 90, and then we'll go into extra time and score 1 or 2. I think we're going to win 1-0 after extra time, because I think they are going to be really up for it, and Eriksen, that whole Eriksen factor is going to be there, and I think we are not going to play as well, and I think we're going to be held to 0-0 for at least 90 minutes. It's a tough call to make, but I think they're going to be really, really up for it, and England will win and we will get to the final, but it's not going to be that easy.
It's a fair prediction, but like I've got to say, like I think Denmark will have a good game, but I'm also quite confident England have a foot in the final.
Yeah,
already.
I think we're all in agreement that England will make the final, though.
Yeah, it's just the way you're saying we're going to go to extra time. Like, if we go to extra time, I am going to be like panicking. Like, I'll be like, no, Croatia. It's Croatia all over again. It's Croatia all over again. No. Like with Croatia, I was waiting for penalties, and then Mandzukic scored, and my world fell apart. Like,
no, I'm confident we're going to win, but I don't think it will be that easy, and I can't see us conceding. But I think Schmeichel is a very good goalkeeper as well, and he won't concede either, not until extra time.
I don't think Schmeichel's a good enough keeper to stop a team from scoring entirely, and their defense has been good so far this tournament. But at the same time, I just think we're good. I just think we're that good. I think our side is that good that we will score. I can't see us not scoring against them in the 90.
It's a bit of a bold prediction to say 0-0 for sure, but I think that Denmark. I've really liked Denmark. I've said from before the tournament even started that Denmark were going to do really well, and with this whole Eriksen thing, I think there are a lot of people's like, I guess, second team where you're like, oh, it's Denmark. You hope they do well. And I think they're strong. They're a strong side, a strong enough side to hold us down. It's tough to say. I do think we'll get to the final, but I don't think it will be easy.
They are a strong side. Just to interrupt, like I think that's a fair point actually. Like I think a lot of England fans will overlook this to say this is an easy final, but just listen to some of the players. Vestergaard is and Christiansen, 2 Premier League defenders. They've also got Højbjerg and Delaney as their 2 centre mids, which is as things go, not a bad partnership. Højbjerg's had a great season for Tottenham. Delaney not so much for Dortmund, but he's still an experienced player. And then they've got Dolberg and Braithwaite and Damsgaard as their kind of like attackers. They've got more, but I'm not a Denmark expert, but I really like Damsgaard. Their youngster, number 14, he's played really well. But yeah, I think that's a fair point that it's going to be a hard game, but let's just pray that England get over the line.
Yeah, there's no doubt that in my mind that England won't get it over the line, and we said this before, but if we don't get to the final with the running we've had now, it's a disappointment really. We're happy to get to another semi-final, but it is a shock if we don't make the final, for sure. But I think we should move on and talk about the other semi-final, Italy against Spain. Ashley, do you want to start with your prediction?
Yeah, sure. I'm going to start off straight away and say that I would love Spain to beat Italy because I am terrified of Italy. If we get to the final and Italy are facing us, I'm not convinced at all. I'm really not. It's going to be a very difficult game, and I don't know, because it's easy to say on paper we wouldn't beat Italy, but we haven't conceded a goal and they have. So, but anyway, in this semi-final, I think Italy will go over the line against Spain. I think this is quite a new Spain squad, and it's got a lot of players that, again, their starting 11 changes all the time. A lot of players constantly getting moved around on the pitch. I don't think that they will be enough to beat the cohesive unit that Italy is at the moment. So yeah, I think Italy will win. For an exact score, I haven't even thought about it yet, but I will say 2-1 Italy.
Interesting. Isaac?
This is going to be the quickest prediction I make. I do not rate Spain at all. I have not been impressed by them at all this tournament, and I am in disbelief how they've made the semi-finals. Watching them in the group stage, I just thought they were absolutely shocking and appalling, and I was just like, how is this team in a semi-final? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, people say, oh, England having a lucky run, and I'm like, how the hella Spain here. Like watching the way they play football. I mean, everyone after the first game, everyone went, "Oh, they played great. They drew 0-0. They passed it round people for 90 minutes." I'm an Arsenal fan. I watch that year in, year out. They played like us. Oh, but when Spain do it, it's great. When Arteta does it, we're awful. Like, that. I'm not confident in Morata. He scored a great goal against Croatia, yeah, but like he's not prolific. He's not. You're not convinced he will put one away this game or the next one or the next. You don't know when he's going to score. And defensively, they can be got at. Like Laporte's good, but they can be got at. You know what I mean? Like I can't see them not conceding to Italy. And Italy have a solid defence. And you're telling me a defence of Bonucci and Chiellini can't deal with Morata and Gerard Moreno? You're having a laugh. Like I'm so convinced Italy will walk into the final. They are strolling in. They're probably Italians, like if they can make it, have bought their final tickets already. They're fine. They are not going to concede. I think 3-0 Italy. Spain, I really do not rate Spain. I do not rate them at all.
Yeah. I mean, I'm much like you I want to wrap this up really quickly because I think it's quite an easy prediction to make. And I agree with you again that Spain have not looked good at all this tournament, really. And they were very, very lucky to get through, I think, in that last game. So I think it's going to be quite easy for Italy. I'm gonna say I'm going to agree with you, Isaac, and say 3-0 Italy, and it's going to be so comfortable for them. And I'm very worried because we are predicting an Italy-England final, and I think if we played Spain, we would win it.
Oh yeah.
If we play Italy, we're going to struggle a lot.
That's what you got to do in finals. You got to play against the best.
Of course, and we've beaten Germany, so
exactly.
Who's to say we can't beat the Italians?
Exactly.
So they are our predictions for the semi-finals of the Euros.